morning, Jane. Apologies for the lighting today. You might think I'm being a bit weird saying this because maybe it'll come out okay and you won't notice any difference, but I don't know, for some reason I've got the lighting on, and when I had this strip light that's at the back here on, it was giving a lot of glare and it was just like very distracting, so I've turned that one off. But I've got strip lighting down the other end as well above the webcam, and I've got that one on because it's quite dark outside today. But I sort of look like I feel like I'm a bit in the dark here, so I hope you can see me okay. I normally have the lights on though, don't I, for your videos, or is it just that it's so daylight normally I don't normally have to wear it? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you can see me okay. And today I just want to tell you that you're going to need either a ball, which I've got a ball, but you may well not have a ball, and that's fine because you can use a cushion or a cushion. When I say cushion, Jane, I don't mean like one of those great big back sofa ones that are going to be really hard to sort of manage, but like just a small square cushion or anything really that you can squeeze. I mean, I know you do yoga, so I don't know if you've got a yoga block, but even a yoga block would do the job. But it'd be better if you could have a cushion than a yoga block, but a yoga block will do it. I suppose if all else fails, a towel. Wrap up a towel and use a towel. It doesn't really matter. I think you're going to get the gist of it anyway. You're also going to need your stretchy resistance band that you should still have, that I dropped round to you one time. So you're just going to need those two things, a cushion and your stretchy resistance band. Okay then, today it's not about the cardio, it's all about strength. So today's session is a good one to do on a day that you perhaps are doing quite a lot of walking, or if you decided to go for a run or something like that. The weather's a bit rubbish today, but you won't watch it today, I'm sure. So I think tomorrow it might be nicer. So if you do this on Friday, for example, I think maybe you go for a little run and do this as a strength side to complement it. Right, so it is very important we get that heart rate up. We've been doing a lot of that recently. I thought we'd just get straight on with some simple but effective strengthening exercises, all of which I'm pretty sure you're all very familiar with. So the first one we're going to do, sorry I forgot to say, we're going to do for 30 seconds of this first group of exercises, and it's all going to be upper body to start with, of which we're going to do 2 rounds of, okay? And then we're going to do a little section, a short section of core work, which will be 40 seconds of each exercise, which we'll do 2 rounds of. 3 rounds of, not 2 rounds, I thought that was going to be a quick one. 3 rounds of each section, and then we're moving on to lower body, back to 30 seconds for 3 rounds. Okay, as ever, I hope you and your lovely family are well, and things are just locked down as normal, aren't they? Oh, and by the way, I got my second test result. I managed to blag a second test. Got my second test result back today to say that I'm still negative. So although the 10 days won't be up until Monday, because I've waited 6 days and then had a second negative result, I'm free. I'm very excited to be free. So I've been busily contacting clients to say, do you want a session tomorrow? Do you want a session today? Trying to scrape back claw back a bit of business, but it's all good, it's all fine. Anyway, lovely Jane, here we are, session 29, I believe. Phenomenal, isn't it? So let's get cracking on with your session. So the first one we're going to do is we're just going to get our resistance band, and we're going to work into those shoulders actually to loosen up. Now, trying to find the band that you've got, the blue one. Now I've got loads of them, exactly the same as the one I've given you, but the time I go to just need one of them in my gym, I can't find any, and I think it's because they're all in my sports bag in the house somewhere, so that's okay, I've got one of these, I'll use this. So you just hold your blue resistance band, you're going to take it nice and wide, okay? This is quite a baggy loose one, this is quite light for me, so I'm just going to, and it's got metal ends, Jane, I'm going to clonk myself with that, so let's pull that in a bit. Right, so what you're going to do is you're just going to bring up your arms, and you're going to bring the shoulders back as far as they'll go, and then back forwards, okay? So this is just to get into the upper body and shoulders a little bit more. This is going to be great for shoulder flexibility, so this would be a good one for you to do, but don't push it. If you can only get this far and you can't go any further, then that's fine. But the point of using the stretchy band for you is that you can stretch your arms apart a little further to get it a little further if you can, okay? Because the first section we're doing today is all upper body, so just keep going with this. I just thought, let's do this as an addition to your warm-up, because this is just going to get into those shoulders and get them a little bit more mobile, ready for your upper body workout. Now, if you can, just begin to take that back a little bit. But the idea is you keep your arms straight, okay? So if you are having to bend your arms to get back, don't do it. Just stay where they can go, as long as they're straight. And I don't mind how much you stretch that band on the way back. And then what we're aiming for, you might be able to do it, is all the way back and then all the way up again. I'll just show you from the sides, just keep it going. All the way back with straight arms, all the way back again. Okay, so keep going, but again, if you can only go that far and you have to come back round, that's fine, because if you keep doing these, you will eventually be able to get all the way back round, but you might actually be able to do it now, in which case, let's just keep going wherever you are with this. And you might feel now, you should feel now, your shoulders are getting really nicely warmed up. I know mine definitely are, so that's good. Really nice and warm. Okay, I think that's probably enough of that one. So we're going to start our session then. You're going to start with your, we're going to do some tricep band extensions. So keep your band in your hand. It's a poet and I didn't know it. Keep your band in your hand, Jane, and flip it over one shoulder, and then you're just going to take the other hand. Now remember, this hand here on your back is just going to be the anchor point. So it's not pulling down and it's not moving at all, okay? If you hold your hands closer together, it's going to be harder. The further apart your hands are, the easier it will be. But once you've found your place, it feels right. Just keep this hand that's behind the back nice and still and locked still, because it's going to be this other arm that's going to pull up and do all the work, okay? Just if you haven't done it with the band for a little while, I thought it was worth just giving that a little demo again. So are you ready? We're going to do 30 seconds of this one. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Just pushing up and down. And if it's too easy, then just adjust your position, bring that back arm, the hand a little bit higher to make the band a bit tighter. Just standing nice and tall, really good posture. 3, 2, 1, and that is finished. So we're going to turn over. I don't know what I'm on about, do I? Going to change to the other side, Jane. So holding it in your other hand, take that over the shoulder and bring that other hand back to be that anchor. Now it might be that you think, well, I can't get high enough to get the tension, but that's okay. You could just hold here where you need to and actually adjust the tension with this hand by grabbing more of the band, if that makes sense. Okay then, you ready? 30 seconds starts now, off we go. And just keep breathing through these. See, I did clump myself on the head with the metal bits. I knew I would. You see how my elbow's going out to the sides? That's not very good. I'm kind of cheating a bit there, so I'm trying to keep it forwards as much as I can. And remember, we're trying to get that hand up to the ceiling rather than, we're not trying to bring it out in front of us, okay? So up to the ceiling and relax. That's you done on that one. Okay. So the next exercise we're going to do is our plank with hot hands. So that's the one where we go into an extended arm plank and we squeeze and we just lift one hand after the other. And the trick with this is to try not to rock around too much. Your balance is going to shift slightly, but you want to make sure you don't rock around too much. You want to really, really engage that core to keep you nice and rock solid. Why, Jane? Why do we need to do that? Because we want to protect our back. Did you say that? Hopefully you said that. You want to protect your back. So we're going to really engage that core to squeeze, to support that lower back. So important. Very important. Dave's put his back out this week, so backs are very much on my mind. But don't worry, he's booked into the chiropractor tomorrow. So nobody else gets my life story, Jane, when they have their work with me. I hope you know that. You're privileged. Well, maybe you're not privileged, but anyway, you get it, like it or not. Down we go. Hot hand plank. I'm going to go this way so I can watch the clock very easily. It's going to be 30 seconds. It's going to be straight arms underneath the shoulders. It's going to be on the knees and tuck the toes. And then from here, we're going to push up into a straight arm plank. If you need to readjust those arms a little, then do. But from there, we're going to then squeeze the tummy and lift. And can you see how I'm not rotating very much? Obviously, I have a little shift of balance, but I'm squeezing my tummy and looking forwards to try not to do that. Okay, so just loosen off the wrists a bit first. Did you start with me then? Did you think I'd actually started? I was still demoing. I hope I didn't confuse you then. Round with the wrists, and we're going to go in 5 seconds. So get yourself in place. Up on your toes. Let's go. Hot hands, squeeze the tummy first. Head is in line with the spine, so you should be gazing down towards the floor or your mat. Squeeze. It's not about speed, it's about strength. So squeeze that tummy. Nice straight line, no dipping those hips. Just going to look at the clock, you carry on. And that is it. Right, so that's that one. Let's just loosen off those wrists again. Okay, staying down on the floor. Ever favourite, press ups. Putting them in again because they're really good for us, really good for upper body strength, okay? So, press ups, we're going to do on your knees, or if you want to do some full ones. I'm not sure where you're at with this. Either way, we're going to try and get that chest nice and low to the ground. We're only doing it for 30 seconds, remember. We're going to go in 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So breathe in as you go down. Breathe out as you press up. And actually, that breathing is really important as well. And I will tell you why in a minute. If I tell you now, I'm going to take my eye off my watch and then we'll end up doing it for a minute or so. Nearly there. And relax. Let's just get back into a child pose, feet together, knees apart, stretching the arms away, because that's really nice to do after you've done the press up, stretching through those shoulders, and it just releases that back a little bit. And relax. Okay, so one of the reasons, let me just check if I need you up or down. Right, we're coming to a standing now, so while you're getting up off your mat, I'll explain to you. One of the reasons to get the breathing right when you're doing a strength exercise, and that we always breathe out on the bit where we're exerting ourselves, is because actually when you breathe out, you kind of engage the core more. You use those deep abdominal muscles, but it's not just here at the front. There's the muscles that really lie deep inside, and they run right around your body supporting you, and they support the back as well. So that's part of the core thing, is not just about the front, obviously, it's about the back. So when you breathe out, it encourages you to actually use these stabilising muscles to engage them that come around here. You're not even aware it's happening, and it comes around here, and it's helping to support that back. So getting that breathing right is quite important. So breathing out before you do the exercise, or the bit that's challenging, and then, breathing in right before you do it, and then breathing out, sort of press up. It would be, you would come from here, you take a big breath in. Let's start that again. So from here, you take a big breath in as you're coming down, and then as you press up, because that's the bit that's the hard bit. Okay, so to support your back on that up bit, we take a breath out and release that breath so we can support our back. Okay. All right then. So now we're up. You're going to need your cushion, okay, or my ball, or your towel, or your yoga block, or whatever you're choosing to do. Not sure if we've done this one before or not. So this is for the chest, and it's a bit of a strange one really, but it's quite effective in a weird sort of way, because it looks like you're doing nothing. So all I want you to do is whatever you've got to use, your prop, have your hands either side with your fingertips facing sort of out away from you. So like, can you see my hands well? Yeah, just like this, okay? It's going to be about chest height. Squeeze your tummy. You're going to bring your arms out in front of you as far as they'll go, and then you're going to squeeze your hands together and apply pressure to whatever it is you're holding. And you're going to hold it there for the count of, let's go for 10, because that's going to be quite challenging, okay? So we're going to bring it out, we're going to squeeze for 10, and then we're going to bring it back in to just release the muscle. Then we're going to do it again, squeeze, and bring it in, okay? It looks so simple. Now what you want to make sure is that your shoulders are down and relaxed. We don't want your shoulders all up here and tense. It's about your chest, okay? So get ready. I'll do it this way, I can see the clock. For 30 seconds. Are you ready? Let's go. Push it out. Now squeeze his hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Let's go again. Push it out and squeeze. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back we go again. Take a big breath. Ooh. And out we go and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeps going. 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. It's going to be one more. Can you feel that in your chest, Jane? Out we go and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Pop your prop down. Shake out those arms and just roll those shoulders back a little bit. Oh, I can definitely feel that in my chest. All right. Strange one that, isn't it? Right, resistance bands again. So for this one, we're going to do our resistance band waves. So you want to take hold of the ends of your band. Again, you're going to have to adjust this. You might want to have a little practice first of all. So we're going to have our arms up straight and we're just going to wave our arms away from each other. Now, with me doing that, the resistance is so light that I'm actually doing nothing at all. And we don't want that, do we? So I'm going to make mine tighter and you need to do it the same. So when you come to this bit here, it should be challenging. Oh, you should have to work to pull that band apart because we're only doing it for 30 seconds, remember. So are you ready? Bring the arms up, get a nice good tension on that band. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pull them apart. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Make sure your tummy's squeezed and your neck is relaxed. I'm halfway through already. Make sure you're challenging yourself with the resistance that you've put on the band. And relax your arms down. Okay, so that's the end of the upper body round. So we're going to repeat that 2 more times now, okay? So we don't need so much explanation. We're going to go straight into it this time. So it's going to be resistance band tricep extension to start with. So get it ready, in position. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds, let's go. And up to the ceiling. Keep breathing. Out. In. Out. And relax, take it over and change arms. Are you ready? Let's go. I'm over exaggerating my breathing there, just to kind of demonstrate again which part we're breathing out on and which part we're breathing in on. But you were thinking, crikey, she's out of breath on this exercise. And relax there, well done. Okay, right, so the next one we're moving on to was our plank with our hot hands. Okay, 30 seconds on the floor, extended arms. Let's go. Getting yourself down, just give you a minute to get down. Toes are tucked out ready. You ready? Push up on those toes. and let's begin. Squeeze the tummy before you lift that hand. And if you find this quite easy, then I challenge you to slow down the hand raise rather than snatching it up and down. If you feel strong enough, slow it down, take a little bit more time over it, because then you have to really use your tummy muscles to hold you in place. Whereas if you just go snatch, snatch, it's not really working on the strength as much. So if you're strong enough to try it now, maybe to move on from that, you can just try and slow down that movement. And relax yourself down. Well done, let's just stretch off those wrists. We're staying down on the mat, remember, because we've got our wonderful press-ups next. Love them or hate them. Okay, get yourself ready, in position. On your knees or on your toes. If you want to do a few on your toes first, you can. And let's go. Chest to mat. Head in line. Remember that breathing? Out as you push up. Why, Jane? To protect the back. We're nearly there. And we're there. Sit back into child pose. Oh, I love this stretch. Oh, it feels so good. Just take some nice deep breaths. Oh. Coming to standing Jane for our final one in this round, which is our resistant band waves. I think that's a Paula term. I don't think this exercise is actually called waves, but I just kind of feel like you're waving to someone. I don't know what it's called. It might not even be a thing, but it works. It's good for shoulder strength and mobility. It works for me. Are you ready? Arms are up. Remember, proper resistance, says she. I think I need a bit more. Proper resistance, like it needs to feel like you're working. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Opening up and back. Stretching through. You keep going. I'm taking the easy route again. That's better, Paula. Are you squeezing your tummy? Do then. Squeeze that tummy. And then we've just got one more round of our upper body and we're going to move on. Oh, my band's popping out my hand. And relax. Okay, so we're getting on to those. We're going to move straight on. We don't have much rest in this round. We're going to move straight on to our triceps again. So pop that behind you. Take a hold. Just proving to be a bit challenging for me. Got it. Are you ready? Nice and relaxed on your lower body. Let's go. I've just realised I'll be able to come and get the marmalade, won't I? Excellent. By the time you watch this, I might have actually come and got it. Last one. Perfect. Swap arms. Oh, that'll be nice because I have my bread at the weekend, my toast. I only have it at weekends. I make it on Friday night. So that'll be just in time for your marmalade. That's really given me a bit of excitement. I'm not joking actually, it has. I'm so excited. I love your marmalade. Right, are we ready? Let's go. Last time. Try and make sure your neck isn't tense on this, Jane. It's really easy to tense the neck up, I think. So just try and have it relaxed. And just one more. And you are done for triceps. Okay, so the next one we were going to do, if you remember, is going to be our plank hot hands. And remember again to challenge yourself and see if you can just, instead of sort of whoop, whoop, like this with it, try and see if you can just bring it off for a little bit longer, because the longer that you're on one arm, the more you're going to have to engage that core to keep you balanced. Okay? So, oh, I'm going into press-ups, Jane. Right. Okay, are you ready? Pushing up onto those toes. And let's go. Squeeze the tummy, head in line, looking towards the mat. Squeeze and lift. Nice. Well done. Try not to rotate too much. And just one more. And excellent. And sit back on those heels, and we're just going to get through the wrists before we go into press-ups. Just give them a little loosen off and a little stretch if you need to. You know my wrists are, they don't really like all this at the moment, which is not good. I do suffer with my hands and my wrists. It's a nuisance, especially when you're in my line of work. Can't be having dodgy hands and wrists, Jane, can I? Right then, are you ready for press-ups? Onto the knees. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and down we go. I didn't give you much warning then, did I? I hope you were with it. Chest towards the mat. Keep squeezing that tummy again and using your breath, breathing out as we push back up to the top of the range. Last one. Okay, child pose, Jane, just to loosen off the best bit of the whole session. Oh. Feels really nice, that. I love that stretch. Okay, last one in this set are our waves, so standing. While you're getting up, I just have a quick swig of my water. Whoop. Okay, ready? Get the resistance on the band. Arms up nice and high and straight, your shoulders are down, they're not all hunched up by your ears, just relax the shoulders, okay? And let's go. Keep going. I'm cheating again. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Last one. And relax. So what we're just going to do, to finish with upper body, we're just going to roll through the shoulders just to release off any tension that we may have created. Brilliant. Let's bring one arm across and just stretch through that chest. Stretch through that shoulder. Blimey, Jane, what am I going to be like if I get dementia? Bad enough now. Dreadful. Right, other arm across and pushing it back. We're going to drop down onto the floor now and do 3 core exercises, okay? These ones we're doing for a bit longer, 40 seconds each. We're going to do a dead bug, remember that one? We're going to do a dart extension for our back, and we're going to do a marching glute bridge, okay? So let's look at the dead bug first of all. So the dead bug is where we lay down and we make sure that our core is engaged. So if this is hips up as high as they'll go with my bottom on the floor, and then I round it so that I'm pushed into the floor as much as possible. And now what I want to do is just find the in-betweeny spot between the two. That's neutral spine. That's what we're aiming for. So for most people, it needs to be thinking about pushing more towards the floor a little, and keeping that nice neutral spine. Knees are coming up, tabletop position, which is just like so. Arms are straight up towards the ceiling. Now comes the coordination bit, but you've got to keep that back in that position. So we're going to stretch out and then come back to center and stretch out and back to center. Right, demo over. I know you know these. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Breathing out as we extend the arm and leg. Squeezing that tummy and making sure that back has stayed in that nice neutral position. One more. Oh no, keep going, it's 40 seconds, isn't it? That's right. That was the right decision to do on these ones. And relax. Just hug your knees into your chest for a minute. So the one after this we're going to do is going to be our back extension, our dart. So we're going to turn over onto our tummies. If you just sit yourself in a position where you can see me first of all for the demo. So for this one, we're going to have our forehead on our mats. Our arms are out by our side. And you have your palms facing down onto the floor. Our feet are going to stay on the floor for the whole of this exercise. So as we lift, we're going to breathe out. So take a breath in first. And as we breathe out and lift, we're going to just turn those palms to face our sides and form a nice straight dart. Imagine you're going flying towards a dartboard, okay? You want it to be extending through the head all the way through the body. So breathe in, breathe out and lift. Breathe in, relax. Okay, that's how it's going to be. So off you go. Get yourself down. Forehead on the floor. Arms are palms down on the carpet, straight out beside you. Feet are never going to lift the mat on this one, okay? We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in before you go. Breathe out as you lift. Palms facing you. And down. And continue. Or you could imagine that you're being fired out of a cannon. You remember in the old days when they used to fire a person and they used to be streamlined like this? Or you could imagine that you're Eddie the Eagle Edward, remember him from the Olympic Games, the Winter Olympics, on his skis, doing one of those jumps where you have to go really straight. Keep going. And one more. Okay, nice work. So very carefully going to turn back over now onto your back, and we're going to do a glute bridge with marching legs. So that's just basically where we're going to do our normal glute bridge. So as always, we squeeze the butt before we lift, we squeeze, we lift, hips are high. From here we've got to hold that squeeze while we just march those knees in towards our chest one after the other. Now if you find it's too much, it's too hard on your lower back, then instead what I want you to do is just the normal glute bridge lifts, okay? And it might be that you can do the marchy ones for a few and then you have to go into the up and down normal glute bridge lift, which is absolutely fine. Let's go. Squeeze, lift, hold them high, and just bring those knees in as far as you can. And maybe you can only just do it a little bit, but keep checking out your hips. Are they dipping down? Because when you bring those knees up, the temptation is to actually dip the hips down again, and you need to keep that squeeze on to keep them high. If it's too hard, we're going to go into some normal glute bridge squeeze and lifts. And I'm even going to do that today because I'm just finding that my lower back is niggling a little bit. I've done a lot of stretch work in isolation, learning some new things this week. I've tried to make the most of doing other people's classes online and pinching a few ideas, Jane, and that sort of thing. And I'm going to do a few as well. And let's just hug our knees into our chest to release our back. And just a little massage side to side. And we're going to go through that routine again. So we're going to start with our dead bugs, okay? Dead bugs. So tabletop with legs. Get the spine position first. Actually, legs down. Let's think about that first. So find that neutral spine. So hips. So back arched as much as it will go. Now push the other way as far as it will go. Now somewhere in between is perfect. Hold that perfect. And get to the tabletop position. Ready? Holding that perfect spine. Let's go. Breathing out as we stretch. Catching my hands on my heater cover. That's all right. You make sure you're nice and straight. One more on each side. How's your back? Hugging those knees. Rocking it out. Here comes our dart. Or our Eddie the Eagle. Let's not go through all that again. Okay, over onto your tummy. Arms are out by your side, palms are down onto the floor, forehead onto the floor. Toes and feet stay on the floor, nice and relaxed. Get a big breath in before we lift. Breathe out as we lift. Palms face towards your body as you lift. And back down. Keep going. I'm going to look at my clock. And one more, and that's done. Just sit back, stretch out through the back a little, and over onto your back for your glute bridge marches or glute bridge lifts. Okay, so are you ready? Just give you a second to turn over. Going to go in 5 seconds. So feet planted on the floor. Let's go squeeze the glutes and lift. And now just some little marches if you can. I'm going to just do a few of those. If you can do the whole thing, keep going with the marches, okay? But just keep checking if those hips are nice and high. I'm just going to do a few now where I come down and I squeeze. Just a couple more. And relax down and hug those knees into your chest again. Right, so we've got one more round of these, starting with our dead bugs. So we're going to get into position as soon as you're ready. Find that neutral spine. Arms straight up, legs in tabletop, squeeze the tummy, and let's go. Oh, did you hear my hip clunk then? That wasn't it, that was me hitting the radiator. Make sure that back is still in a good, safe position. And relax, hug knees in again, just a quick release. Over we go. Darts. Forehead down. Palms on the ground. Big breath in and lift. Remember, your feet are staying on the ground for this one. And relax. Oh, I think we went a bit over with that one. Okay, so from here we're going onto our backs for our final core one, which is our glute bridge raise or our glute bridge marches. I'm going to just stick with the glute bridge raises in this round. And it just goes to show, doesn't it? It is all about listening to your body, because you can do this stuff all the time, and I never have trouble with glute bridge marches at all. But I can just feel that something doesn't feel quite right for me today in that department. So I'm doing the right thing and I'm listening to my body. And that's exactly what we should always do. What you can do one day, you can't necessarily do the next day. So if you can do the marches still and it feels okay, I want you to do that. Otherwise, you can join me in just the squeeze and lift, whichever option is right for you today but still challenges you really well. Squeeze the butt and let's go. So I've been doing Zoom classes for the last 2 weeks now. I finally bit the bullet. I'm not sure if I told you or not, but they're going really well now. I'm getting more confident. I was a bit scared to start with because it's live, so people all have to get on at the same time, and I was worried someone's camera wasn't working or they couldn't hear me, and we just go on a bit early just to get all those technical teething troubles out of the way, and it works really well. Right, there we go, and that is done. So let's just hug those knees in for the final time. Ah, that was a good little core workout there. So we're going to move on to lower body now. Stay down on your mat for this, okay? So all we're going to do is we're going to do some donkey kicks and some fire hydrants for our lower body, and it's as simple as that. So our donkey kicks, we're going to be on all fours. We're going to do a full range donkey kick this time. So we're going to bring a knee in towards the chest and then up towards the ceiling. Can you see I've still got about a 90-degree bend on my knee, and the sole of my foot I want to sort of be heading towards the ceiling. So by getting that sort of last bit of the raise, I get into the butt again. Okay, we're going to do, let's do 20 seconds on each side for this one. Okay, no, let's not. Let's do the full 40 seconds on one side, and then next round we'll do the full 40 seconds on the other side, and then we'll split it. Okay, are you ready? On all fours, again, squeeze the tummy, and let's go. Bring one knee in, and up, and in, and up. Now don't overextend when your leg comes up, because again, you will get into your back, and it'll niggle at your lower back. So it's all about getting this movement right, not to overextend, to feel that squeeze in the glute. But if you go too high with it, it puts you back into not a good position. And just a couple more. Brilliant. And now we're going to do our fire hydrants, okay? So fire hydrants are going to be where you come out to the side with the leg. So the leg stays bent the whole time, you're still on all fours. You breathe out as you come out. And this is going to be getting into your hips and also the little glute muscle that's here. Are you ready? Going to do all on the same side that you've just done the donkey kicks. Off we go. Out it comes. Bring the side of that knee up towards the ceiling as high as it will go, but your rest of your body should be locked in place and not twisting, okay? That's really important. You're not rotating with it, it's all coming from the leg. And one side might get higher than the other, and if you can't get that hip to move the knee up very high, then don't worry, you just do what you can, okay? And let's do 2 more. And relax down, just stretching out again a little before we repeat. So we're going to do it all the same now on the other side. Okay, so donkey kicks, 40 seconds, and then our fire hydrant, so all on the opposite side to the side that you've just worked. Okay, so are you ready? Donkey kicks first, off we go. Bringing that knee into the chest, foot towards the ceiling. Foot is flexed, so we're trying to get the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. We're not rotating. Hips are staying forwards. And we're not going up too high with that foot so that it makes our back feel a bit iffy. Bringing that knee in and out. 2 more. Okay, and we're going to go straight into our fire hydrants, okay? So same leg, coming out to the side and back in again. Are you ready? Let's go. You might notice one side, like I said before, might be just a little tighter in the hip, and it might not want to extend as much out as the other side. You keep working on it. Keep that head in line. And 2 more. And well done. Okay, so 1 set now of donkey kicks. We can do half on one side and half on the other, and then we'll do our fire hydrants, and we're going to call it a day at that round, because then I just want to do a little bit of cat and cow stretch before we finish. Okay, so onto all fours again. Ready for donkey kicks on the original side. Let's go. In they come and out. And change legs, do the same exercise on the other leg now. Last one. Right, back to the original leg. We're going to do the fire hydrant, so bringing that knee up nice and high. Are you ready? Let's go. I'm going to do 20 seconds on each leg again. change legs. And relax. Okay, well done, Jane. We're just going to do a little quick cat and cow stretch just to release off through any tension we might have got into that back, doing that, and then we are finished. So, on all fours, come on this way, on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're just going to tuck that chin in and round that back up towards the ceiling. And change, so chin comes out, pushing that butt away. And change again. And change. Let's do one more each, tucking the chin right in, rounding up that back. And change. Oh, well done. You're finished. I hope that was okay for you. And oh, do you know what I've just realised? Oh, I wonder if you spotted my error. We didn't do the cushion squeeze another couple of times, did we? We only did it once. Oh, I must have missed that. How did I miss it 2 rounds in a row? You got let off quite lightly with that, I feel. If you want to add that cushion squeeze and all the ball squeeze in another couple of times for 30 seconds each, feel free to. I'm pretty sure I missed it off. I've just suddenly looked at my ball there and thought, hold on, I only remember doing that once. But anyway, hopefully you feel like you've had a really good strength workout either way. Yeah, I shall be up for my marmalade. Take care, have a little stretch off now, and I'll speak to you soon.